Okay, this is a disclaimer on the videos that are coming up, child. I am all over the place. I'm letting y'all know now. It's all over the place. My thoughts are scattered and I'm trying to keep them together, but it's just one of those days. So I'm just letting y'all know before y'all get down in the comments and saying I'm all over the place and all this stuff. I am all over the place today. This is how I have conversations, and that's just what it is. But I'm just giving you a warning. Okay? I don't. What's up, y'all? Oh, good. I'm doing good with time. Okay, we're talking about marriage boot camp and that shit show. I'm gonna say this. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment even though you stopped by. I'm gonna say this about marriage boot camp. I don't like that they used Tahiri's, the violence that was inflicted on her. I don't like that they used that as a promo. Y'all didn't have to use that clip as a promo to get the people to look, to, you know, to tune in. I just I don't know. And Tahiri made a statement. I know what y'all about to see. You know, give me some privacy, girl. Okay, you need some privacy to say that this nigga ain't shit and he put his hands on you. But she's gonna have to speak to context, right? So we got to see context, because at first it was just a clip. We don't know what happened before, after, during, what have you. First, let's just talk about that, because most of it was just about them communicating, and we've said that throughout all of our reviews, and said nobody in this cast effectively communicates. None of them, down to Phaedra's old trout mouth heathen ass. I cannot, when I tell you, Diva and I tell him I have a shit list of people that I look at them and I just have a problem with them. Just hilarious. She's one. Other one is the lady down there that loves to pit black women and black trans women against each other, and she uses it to monetize her platform. I don't like that monster. Another one is Phaedra Parks. It's something about Phaedra that's like, girl, you play too much. You play too much. First of all, bitch, you're such a liar. Y'all got up in the morning to a note saying that you were going to have an escape room. Y'all got up in the morning. They said y'all locked into these rooms. You cannot get out until you work with each other. You lay down, not contribute to the exercise at all. But when Dr. Ish, listen, when Dr. Ish asks you, why did you lay down? Bitch, why did you say you needed a nap? I was tired, I needed a nap. You just fucking woke up. It was the morning. Like, girl, I was like, Phaedra is really sitting up here like that kind of shit. Like, you don't even have, that's a motherfucker you have to watch. When they don't have anything to gain by lying, and they lie, because to me, I feel like when you lie, there's a motivation. There's a motivation. Either you're trying to get something, or you're in fear of something. When there's no motivation for you to lie, and you just sit up there and lie for no fucking reason, those people you do not fucking trust. Like Willie, lying about how many women he's been with, or not even ever telling, lying by omission. There's a fear there. He's afraid to tell his wife how many women he slept with. They've been married 13 years. A nigga done slept with a bitch every year of their marriage. Ain't no way in the world. Ain't no way in the world. I cannot. I don't know what the motivation for Shanda is. Maybe it is the children. I'm not going to judge that, because I know that for some it takes a person a second to be like, okay, I'm about to leave. Okay, I'm about to leave. It takes people a second, and I'm not going to not give people that grace. 13 years. And it's not like he's on any caliber where there's money right? That will motivate some women to stay in these bad relationships. What are you here with this? I do have to say, Corrupt not drinking. You could tell that Corrupt hasn't been drinking because his eyes are bright. You could look at Corrupt and see that he looks like he's had some sleep. He's eaten. He looks like a different person. Even to the point where he tells Shanda, he gives Shanda advice like, here I am, this old 50-year-old man, drunk. I'm on my sober days. I'm about to give you some advice. Go and talk to your husband, blah, blah, blah. Right? What is our advice to Shanda? Bitch, he's cheated on you. You're not going to leave. You can't give him the blues. But now when they was in that damn escape room, he told her at least 12. And he might have been lying about that because he was guessing. What, 12? I was like, what? Bitch, you done slept with 12 people during your marriage? Oh my God, Shanda, you bitch done slept with 12 bitches during your marriage. You and Willie both. Y'all be in open relationships with these men. Child, you don't even know it. It's not funny. It's not funny. Phaedra is such a liar. That's a motherfucker you gotta watch out for. You do gotta watch out for a motherfucker who lies for no damn reason. Okay. Willie says that what's her name is disrespectful to him. She's mad at you because, I mean, I don't understand. After you disrespect someone, how do you expect for them to treat you after you've disrespected them over and over and over 13 times over? How do you expect them to receive you? That's the crazy part about it. And the thing is, the expectation is that you're probably mad. Nobody's not going to be mad at somebody cheating on them. I don't give a damn what it is. Shanda has every right to be mad at Willie. You're not going to leave, Shanda. You have every right to be mad. You can say what you want to say, but you're not going to leave. So if you still have this attitude with him, and you want to continue to have this attitude, you probably shouldn't be with him. Right? You probably shouldn't be with him. That's just how I feel. And there's other variables within the equation that you're just like, okay, well, the kids, that's just not my perspective. I just don't and then she says, and then he tells her, you're worth it. And I'm like, girl, you cannot wait for this motherfucker to tell you that you're worth it. You can't. You can't. You just can't. You got to look in the mirror and say, bitch, you're worth it. And this is not worth me. This is unworthy. This is unworthy of me. That's when you got to look. You cannot wait for the nigga to be like, bitch, you're worthy after 13 years and he done stuck his dick into 13, honey, and he's not, and that was a guess, okay? Because he was just guessing a number so that you guys can figure out this formula. So honey, we could say 12 or more. And you got to wait for the nigga to say you're worthy. A nigga from that type of nigga who, a nigga who does not have any discipline, self-discipline, no self-control. You looking for him to tell you you're worthy? No, ma'am. No, you got to want, like I said for Tony, and if we finally see Tony smile, we finally get to see her smile, and she's smiling because she gets to inflict pain on Corrupt. This shit is crazy. And a lot of people are not comfortable with what they saw with Tahiri and Vado. They're not. But you know what? It needs to be. Black people and black and brown communities. I'm just speaking transparency. A lot of shit and violence and abuse goes on because we are taught to keep our dirty laundry. Don't air your dirty laundry. A lot of that dirty laundry is abuse. A lot of it, and most of it, is abuse, alcoholism, molestation, rape, incest. It's a lot of shit that people don't want their dirty laundry. So when they see it, when they see the dirty laundry, their first instinct, because go listen to the Breakfast Club talk about this. Because Angela Yee used to fuck around with Vado. I know I'm all over the place, but that's just, y'all just gonna have to deal with it. Go listen to The Breakfast Club and listen to how uncomfortable Envy was with talking about it. It made him so uncomfortable. I don't know why they would have to show that. I don't know why they would show that. Why would they show that? Why would they show that? Because y'all need to see what people are dealing with. After a while, because I'm like, okay, why are you using Tahiri's happening to her? How are you using this as a promo? This is no longer entertainment. Now we need to watch it for educational purposes. That's it. Because this is happening. It might make you uncomfortable. This is the problem. This is how we evolve as human beings. We have to address the shit and confront the shit that makes us uncomfortable. And violence against women is not a comfortable conversation to have. And violence against men, because she throwing shit at him. She's throwing stuff at him. Why are you okay with throwing stuff at people? I'm a thrower. That's not okay, Tahiri. That's not okay. It's not okay, because you're going to meet a man who is going to do what Vado did to you. In the past, you may have been able to cross those boundaries with people and they not do anything. To me, I feel like you was with Joe Budden. Joe Budden it's been documented, his abuse against women. It's been documented. So you can't tell me you was sitting there throwing shit. Because I feel like people do things, you pushing buttons, and not everybody has been taught don't hit girls. Not every boy has been taught that. Vado, what he did was, and throwing stuff at him, like the whole thing is crazy to me. The whole thing is crazy. At the end of this, we're no longer watching Marriage Boot Camp for entertainment. You're watching it for education. Go listen to The Breakfast Club to listen to how Envy and Charlemagne were very uncomfortable talking about that. They don't want to see that. That's something that happens in the house. You don't get to see that. And people want to shut people up, and you don't want to see what is happening to people. For him, first of all, she thinks it's okay to throw shit at people. That's not okay. It's not okay. I'm a thrower. Girl, you threw your shit at the right motherfucker and he put his motherfucking hands on you. Now, you could see Vado. You could see it brewing. You could see him. And all I can imagine that he was thinking was how stupid he looks. Because a man's motivation and what they're protecting when they're fighting is masculinity. They're protecting their masculinity. You have me looking like a bitch, comes the violence. You have me looking pussy, comes the violence. You have me looking less than a man, comes the violence. So now and I'm not saying that there's an excuse for what Tahiri did. It's a catalyst for what happened, what transpired, right? You're throwing these things at this man. I'm not excusing his behavior. I'm trying to show you how it works. You're doing this. You've said to him, you know that a man's masculinity is based on his money, right? You already said the nigga was broke. So it's a brewing of things. And he's sitting there thinking, this woman just threw these things at me. Even if I don't put her in line, everybody's gonna think I'm pussy. That's his motivation. It's not even Tahiri, girl, stop throwing shit at me. He doesn't have we kept saying that Vado is juvenile. He's a child. They act, and that's their issues. I know I'm all over the place. I'm just, because there's so many things I was thinking about, like when I finally saw what she did, and you could see him brewing. You could see it brewing. You could see him and all he's thinking about is how he looks, because Tahiri already said he likes an audience, right? So if you like an audience and you're presenting one way and the audience is receiving you in one way. And now you've been hit with apples. That's not, they ain't soft. It's not like you throwing a muffin. I'm not excusing what happened. I'm not trying to make an excuse. Y'all know I'm not trying to make an excuse. But the thing is, when you are with a man who's can be just like that, because his masculinity is so fragile that he has to protect his masculinity, and in that inflict aggression and violence against you, you can't even be with that type of person. He's not suitable for partnership. You're in a partnership with this man that you don't respect. You don't even respect him. Does he deserve respect? That's to be determined. That's up to Tahiri. But if you're with somebody who, there's no reason why I'm with you. You have the least amount of money of the men I've ever been with. I'm trying this out because we used to be friends. I'm trying this out. I'm giving you a shot. You're insecure in your manhood. And now you throwing shit at this person who is now going to react because he doesn't want to look a certain way. He's protecting his masculinity, and his masculinity means more to him than your agency. Do you understand? Like, he's not even suitable for partnership at all, because you can't even say, hey, Tahiri, because Tahiri is wrong for throwing anything at him. You're wrong. That should have been addressed right away. That's assault. I don't give a damn. That's assault. Girl, you shouldn't have been doing that. But you're doing that to a person who already is lacking in emotional intelligence. It is like poking a bear. It really is like poking a bear. And I'm not, and should Vado have had more restraint, a different man would. Do you understand? There's a different person would have more restraint and say, hey, look, bitch, stop fucking throwing shit at me. Stop throwing shit at me, because the next motherfucker you come in contact with may put his hands around your throat. You don't play with people, and you don't get into relationships with people that you don't respect. Let's start there. Like, Tahiri, and that's what I said the other day. What is it that's missing? What's the missing puzzle piece in your life that you need somebody who you don't even respect to be a part of your union? Like, what is that? What is that? You don't even respect this man. What is he bringing to you? What is he bringing to you? You don't respect him. He doesn't have as much money as the niggas you've been with. He looks like a child. He presents like a child. He does stuff he's emotionally unintelligent. He lacks in that. So what is it in you, Tahiri, that this is the man that you think that should complete the union? You throwing stuff at this person. When you get to a point, to me, I feel like when you get to a point where you have to put your hands on somebody, to me, I feel like there's no, in friendships, in personal relationships, there's no coming back from that. That's why I don't understand how Kenya can sit across from Portia. Bitch, there's no way. There's no way. There's no way. I don't give a fuck how much growth. How much growth. We're not gonna be cool after you put your hands on me. I might be cordial, but bitch, we're not sharing babies, bumping babies' foreheads together. No. And not for no amount of money. Like, no. Like, like, and at the end of the day, it's no longer entertainment. It's educational. Because it's like, you don't like what Vado did. It's educational. This is what you do not want to do in a relationship. This is what these people are doing. You don't want to be this. Let them be the example. Like I say all the time, when in 50,000 years from now, when the humans are looking at what we have decided to document and how we behave and how we react to each other, this is all going to be educational for generations to come. Like, all of this shit. This is how the humans were dealing with each other. You mean they were dealing with binary issues? You mean they were dealing with men hitting them? Like, women had to go through this? Like, it's all going to be educational. After a while, we're going to have to say, this is no longer entertainment. You understand what I'm saying? It's so many things that are happening at one time. I know I'm all over the place, y'all. Whatever. Tahiri, you cannot throw shit at people. You just cannot do that. You cannot throw. You are violating him. And that's like domestic violence is not just one-sided. It's not just one-sided. Men are getting like, and men get beat. They don't want to say anything. Why? Because it's a test of your masculinity. If you are admitting that one, and men go through so many things when it comes time to the abuse that they are experiencing, whether it be physical, emotional, sexual abuse, because this is why masculinity harms men, right? Because you could see he doesn't even have control over himself. One. Two, a man is afraid to say that he's been raped. If you're watching I May Destroy You, you can see what that character is going through. You've been violated physically. Somebody has committed a sexual violent act against you. No matter on the spectrum of violence that you think it is, your agency has been violated and you cannot say anything. You're not taken seriously. Why? Because your masculinity, you're not a man if this stuff is happening to you. So men don't talk about it. That's why I be trying to say, like, that toxic masculinity is not just against women. It hurts y'all too. Men don't report domestic violence. Why? Because it looks like you pussy. You let a woman beat on you. You let this woman do this to you, nigga. You let this woman throw apples at you. And the man who's not emotionally intelligent enough to say, Tahiri, I don't like that. Don't do that ever again. You violated me. Like, men can be violated too. Men can be all of this. But that masculinity, the guard, the protect, you want to protect your masculinity so much, but Tahiri is the person that you claim that you love. Your masculinity means more to you, and how you look and how you present your masculinity is presented to the world, that you need to protect that first before you protect the person that you claim that you love. So now you're sitting here, you are willing to go to jail to protect your masculinity. That's crazy. It is. Oh, look at that. Hi. That's a blue pit bull. They are so pretty. And I'm glad that he has his floppy ears and everything. Stop trimming them dogs' ears. Anyways, y'all. Okay, let me see. Okay, we've talked enough about this. I know I was all over the place, y'all, because it's like, and then I don't even want to talk about Phaedra. Like I said, I told y'all at the beginning, Phaedra is the type of, when your masculinity is fragile, you will make decisions, bad decisions, and rash and impulsive decisions to protect it. To the point where you want to go to jail. You willing to go to jail because she threw an apple at you. Yes, she was wrong. And you should have said, like, okay, let's talk about her throwing shit at me. Because I'm sure everybody there would have been like, girl, why were you throwing? And what she was throwing at him, she got upset because she thought that he was pressing her buttons just to entice her, is what she said. So you think that you have somebody there who is not, and even in that, like pressing your buttons, somebody who's there that's just going to press your buttons. He was pressing the buttons when you were exhibiting the behavior that bothers him. But you thought that he was pressing your buttons just to fuck with you, when in actuality, it was on the paper. And that's why he kept saying, you're going to feel fucking dumb when you see this paper. When you realize I was pressing these buttons on the things that you was doing. But see, he couldn't even get there. He couldn't even get there because his masculinity was threatened. That's what he was trying to protect. Go listen to, and I'm trying to tell y'all, go listen to how Charlemagne and Envy, how they were talking about it. Because Charlemagne made a great point. You're masculine, you need help because you're trying to protect something that's so fragile. And no one wants anything to be thrown at them. I don't want nothing thrown at me. If it was the other way around, we'd still be having the same conversation. Don't throw nothing at nobody. What the fuck is wrong with you? Because you are going to come across a man who's going to put his hand around your throat. Here's Vado. He's going to be that man for you. This man that you don't even respect. He's not even worthy of partnership, and you in a relationship with him. And look what happened as a result. There's no way coming back from that. I'm out of here. I know I didn't talk about anything else because it's all stupid. Shanda is stupid. Everybody is stupid on this damn show. And after a while, like, everybody is upset. I understand why everybody is upset, but after a while, we're not watching this shit as entertainment, y'all. This is educational. Okay? And everything on TV does not have to mean that it's to entertain you. Sometimes you can learn by watching the mistakes of others. That's what wise people do. Right? Smart people, we don't make mistakes. A wise person will watch the mistakes of others and learn from them. This is what you can learn from. And that's all I got to say. I know I was all over the place because there's so many things that you could say. This is, because I don't like that we're thinking that this is what we need to be entertained by. This is not entertainment. It's not entertainment. It's always been educational. I don't think anybody should be watching Marriage Boot Camp as a form of entertainment. Something is wrong with you if you think that you should be watching this show for entertainment. You should really be watching this show for education. And that's it. Stop saying it's entertainment. But her abuse is being sensationalized. Envy doesn't want to see it. There's a lot of people like, I don't want to see it. No, you need to see it. You need to see that violence is committed against women. And you also need to see that no man, you want to be the protectors and providers of the community, but you have a woman here that's in danger, and it wasn't even an instinct to go protect her. Nobody jumped. Nobody. Hazel barely got out to say, are you fucking kidding me? And she's not going to get up because here's a man that's like, you're like pulling a dog off a person. I'm not about to go into that as a woman who just found out that I'm pregnant. She's the only one that verbally said anything. The only one. Now we see that it cut off like right at the end, but it's so many things that are going on with this show, and I probably should have had notes because there's so many things about how we're responding to how we're responding to them. It's just so many things, and I'm done talking about it. All right, y'all, take care of each other. Peace.